Why, hello everybody, it is Kyle here from Unboxed Autos, and today we are excited to take a look here at the 2022 Porsche Macan GTS. Now, the Macan remains one of their best-selling vehicles. It is their entry-level SUV. It's the most affordable way to get yourself into the driver's seat of a Porsche. And the Macan itself starts at $57,500. Now the GTS, which is the model we have here before us today, starts at $82,900, and that can go, all the way up from there into, I say a well-equipped GTS is going to cost around $94,000 to $95,000. Now, as you can see here, we have some really nice design elements, definitely classic Porsche. For 2022, they have made a few design changes. They've opened up the front, added some larger air vents, things of that nature, but still just absolutely a beautiful vehicle. Now, the Macan will be getting a major update here pretty soon, but for now, we have this beautiful refresh. Now, surprisingly enough, something that makes this a special Porsche is that here there are actually 14 different wheel designs. We all have these sport tires here, definitely great for driving the GTS spiritedly. And over here on Pirelli's nice tires to, again, 21-inch wheels. We actually, again, have 14 different wheel designs. In terms of colors, there are 8 different metallic colors and 4 special colors. There's a really nice green, and then there's what they call Miami blue, which is very nice. We have some cool accent colors here in this GTS in particular. We have the green accent GTS logo there on the lower carbon fiber panel, which is a nice touch. I think that does give this car a bit of personality, which is something that sets this car apart from others in the segment. It definitely has a lot of customizability as well as personality options. Again, really beautiful wheels, 14 different designs to choose from. These are the black. I think they go really nicely with the red brake calipers and the white exterior color around the back. And we have just a really beautiful LED lights spanning the entire rear of the vehicle, which I think, again, looks really nice. We have Macan GTS there done in black on this one, and then as we can see here, just that beautiful LED light again, just sort of spanning the full back of the vehicle with Porsche spelled out just above Macan GTS and below the light, once again done in black as it is the GTS model. We also have the Sport Active exhaust here. We have dual piping on both sides, so it kind of makes it a quad system. But again, sounds really nice. Wide tires here, the GTS, to give it the extra traction here with the all-wheel drive system. But it never really feels like an all-wheel drive vehicle. Definitely remains very competent on the road in terms of steering feel, which is great. Opening up here, we have the keyless entry. It's kind of hidden, which I like. It's touch sensitive on the back, and then there's a little sensor on the front. So as you open it up, you can see here we have the updated 18-way sport seats, but we'll get to that in a moment. You can see plenty of controls, but yeah, again, a beautiful vehicle. This is, again, starts at $57,500 for the Macan GTS model, starts at $82,900. And it is, again, a true Porsche. Even though it is still an SUV, it still drives very nicely. And then a couple quick little things here. We have actually 22 different interior color combinations. This is one of my favorite ones here with the green accents, full leather interior. And these are the highest available seats. These are the 18-way adaptive sport seats. So plenty of different ways to keep you in your seat as you're tracking this car. Theoretically, this really would not be a bad car to track. Actually pretty fun. We also have the carbon fiber accents here on the Macan GTS. We also have it there on the steering wheel, which we'll get to in a moment. Again, these are those cool seats. We have green seatbelts. How cool is that? I absolutely love these seatbelts and the green accent stitching. It really looks just absolutely phenomenal. And as you can see here, more accent stitching is green on the door panel combined with some carbon fiber and Alcantara there. It just looks all really nice and comes together perfectly here on the beautiful Macan GTS. Well, now let's go ahead and step inside. Now that we are in here, as you guys can see, though, we have really high-end touches. I always love the window controls on the Porsche. They feel really well made. Door handles feel great. The touch nice buttons. Again, everything feels high quality on the Porsche. Again, compared to some of the other manufacturers, they really just do a cabinet setup, a cut above, nice air vent feel. Again, love the green stitching, full leather dashboard, fully customizable. Again, this is just such an iconic vehicle, and that is coupled perfectly here with the center display, still featuring that awesome center tachometer that we all love, still here in its glorious analog display. We have the Sport Chrono package, as you can see up there by the clock. We have the little screen here, it shows turbo boost, it's customizable, and there's our Sport Chrono clock, as it is come to known. And it is nice to see it sitting up there. Love the classic Porsche steering wheel here. And this particular one's done in Alcantara, has carbon fiber accents and green stitching, great metal paddle shifters, and of course the classic Porsche logo there in the center. Drive mode selection button is on the steering wheel now. Don't like that as much because I feel like it does clutter up the steering wheel just a little bit. Preferred when the controls were down by the shifter. Heated steering wheel is accessed there with the little button, kind of hidden in between the spokes, which is a nice touch. It kind of hides it away, but really perfect steering wheel. Great size. Adaptive cruise control is right there. And coming over here to the center, we have our heated seats. No cooled seats on this particular model, which is kind of surprising, but we have, again, wonderful controls, digital display. Everything feels very high quality. The gear shifter is done in the Alcantara as well. We have our off-road mode, auto stop start off, lane departure, warning, and assist there. We have our different sport mode, loud exhaust mode, traction control off. We have the air suspension on this particular model, can raise the vehicle as well and lower it, so that's very helpful depending on your use case. But multimedia system, pretty standard. They are coming out with a bit of an update to this, but for now, it works nicely and has all the capabilities that you really need. Decent navigation system. The Bose sound system on this vehicle is quite good. It's quite good, but I really would recommend, if you love listening to music, the 16-speaker Burmeister Premium audio system at $4,700 option. It is pricey, but it sounds absolutely stunning. The Bose system is very good, don't get me wrong, but the Burmeister system really is just an absolute killer. Sounds amazing, absolutely phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But you have different apps. Again, we'll go into the sound profile. There are a nice amount of features that Bose gives you access to. Of course, there's surround sound, which is one of the most important features. There's the linear Bluetooth, the sound, true sound as well. Depending on what streaming service you're using, you're going to want to adjust those a little bit. I use Tidal, so it's the full quality, highest bit rate, so I don't really need to enhance it anymore. I feel it sounds the best just with it in the surround. Again, full leather dashboard on this particular model. There are a surprising amount of different interior designs. There are 22 different combinations for the interior. And that's where Porsche really comes together. They give you so many customizability options that other brands just don't offer. Well, guys, let's go ahead now and take this for a test drive and see how it drives on the road. Now, of course, the most important part of a Macan GTS is going to be how it drives. But, first off, it's all about the setup here. Again, absolutely love the center tachometer, big and large. We have on the right side, we have that little screen there on the left-hand side. We have our speedo. But again, that center tachometer, still analog, absolutely love it. They are, I believe, going to be changing everything over to fully digital, which I don't love. I kind of still too like that analog, that old-fashioned analog display, especially for a vehicle like a Porsche. It's such a classic brand. Now, driving the Macan GTS is a really nice balance, and it does a really good job at playing the sporty SUV, but also being comfortable. And even riding on these relatively large 21-inch wheels, it still remains to be quite comfortable and especially sporty. Of course, we have here the most sporty setup you can possibly get on a Macan. It's the GTS model, so we have the enhanced powertrain. On this particular model, we also have the adaptive air suspension. torque vectoring, which is done with the rear braking. So, definitely a lot of things to enhance the driving experience, making it as sporty as possible while being comfortable, of course, and it really does come through the level of responsiveness that you get in the steering with the road feel coming through. It really is an excellent everyday driver for somebody who likes to drive. You still get, again, a great road feel through the steering wheel that's unlike, what other brands in this segment offer. So I definitely love that about the Macan across the entire line. Of course, the GTS really just takes it a step above. In terms of transmission, we're looking here at the 7-speed PDK. You guys, this obviously everyone knows in the car world that Porsche makes some of the best transmissions in the business, and this 7-speed PDK that is here in the Macan GTS is absolutely no exception. It is absolutely phenomenal. And then again, once you're getting with that air suspension, it's very comfortable. It's a very comfortable ride, but also it has 2 different settings for stiffness. So depending on which mode you're in, you have the comfort, you have your sport, or you can just customize that, individually as well to make the suspension settings, how you want them. But, again, great feel, plenty of customizability, and it really is just fantastic. Now, you may be wondering what's under the hood. What makes the Macan GTS special and fast and fun to drive? Well, under the hood, we have a 2.9-liter twin-turbocharged V6. It's actually the same engine that is on the mid-range S model, but in this application, it makes more power and, of course, is faster. So we're looking at a 0 to 60 time with the Sport Chrono package of 4.1 seconds. That's a 169 mile per hour top speed. We're looking here at 434 horsepower and 405 pound-feet of torque at just 1900 RPM. So definitely plenty of power that we get here out of the Macan GTS from its, relatively small displacement of 2.9 liters, but of course it is a V6, so we have, a nice amount of power that we're getting out of this engine. Now, in terms of competition, we also have the Mercedes-Benz GLC 43 AMG. It is slower with the 0 to 60 time of 4.7 seconds, and that's going to cost quite a bit less, though. We're looking at a $60,000 starting price and well-equipped for about $75,000. Now, the true competitor to the Macan GTS is the BMW X3M competition. As a 3.9 second 0 to 60 time, and it's going to cost us around $73,000 base and $82,000 well-equipped. So the $82,000 well-equipped is not even touching the base price of the GTS, and it has more horsepower at 503 horsepower, and of course it is faster at 0 to 60. So that is, going to depend on what you're looking for. The Porsche does offer more customizability than the BMW X3M competition, but in terms of raw speed and power, the X3M competition does pull out ahead of the Macan GTS for now. Now, it is still fun to drive. Don't get me wrong. That is a very quick shifting 7-speed PDK, and there is definitely no doubt that the Porsche does have a unique driving characteristic that is unmatched in terms of just how it feels on the road. It just feels so connected, and the X3M competition is a great vehicle, of course, and it is faster, but it doesn't feel quite the same. It just has a little bit less connection. It feels a little more electronic than the Macan GTS, which is something that I do love about it. It just feels so natural. But tell you what, guys, we are just going to go ahead now and sort of demonstrate that 0 to 60 time here on this closed access road, and you can see here how easy it is. You just put it in Sport Plus when you press down the brake pedal all the way, and then you floor the car, and then it launches, and you'll get to experience that in just a moment. So we're going to go ahead now and set that up and let you listen. So obviously, even though the BMW X3 competition is just a tiny bit faster, the Macan GTS is still no slouch again with its 0 to 60 time of 4.1 seconds, which is plenty fast again at 169 mile per hour top speed. So yeah, this car is just tons of fun to drive, and it's really just a classic. You know, if you love Porsche, if you love the Porsche brand, you will love the Macan GTS. You'll love the quality, the driving dynamics, and the level of customizable options that it has, both in terms of exterior colors, wheel choices, and interior design choices as well. Really makes the Macan a special vehicle. So that's all we have for you today. Hopefully you've enjoyed my review here on the 2022 Porsche Macan GTS. Until next time, I'm Kyle from Unboxed Auto.